switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in the trenches. It's no different. 4th and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Die the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. We've got J.K. Dobbins closing in on 1,000 yards rushing on the year. It's the Titans and the Chargers next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chargers coming into play. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Hey, check that.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And some room to work. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 56 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
All start, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. from his own end zone. Fields. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try and run the option left side. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. The Chargers have 3 and 10 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tap. What's going on with that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now Younghoe Koo, who of course used to kick for the Chargers, on for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
That one goes for 24 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with it or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Chargers. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. and their worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Another run here with Dobbins. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and run right on the option. Fields hit and the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on from scoring, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result then.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have regained the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. They'll go option to the short side. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper. 17 yards, first down.
Let's go.
Straight ahead, it's Spiller. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got it. It's Spiller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
It's again 20. First down, Charger.
Forced out to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Man open left side. It's Williams. Touchdown. Mike Williams. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys have now moved out in front. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He was covered by 13.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles. No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
That's taken on the now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. He'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Blake Gillikin on a punt here as he'll send this one away.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say, it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Spiller.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Dobbins trying the left side.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. On now is the Titans punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. From there, we're off to check out another game, and that one's gone to halftime with the visiting 49ers out in front. Christian McCaffrey, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Trevor Lawrence, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half. And for the call, let's get you back up to Nashville, Music City, and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Foster Moreau from 8 yards out. And the Titans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. We got a brand-new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught left side, Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 30 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Right back to Spiller on second down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they have taken the lead. So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1 yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football. And the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Dobbins. Oh, he shifts past him, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one too low.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Just keeping the play alive. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 41 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. He certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Chargers. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans.
All start offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a give to Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he's on here to punt it away. Taken in at the 11. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Spiller.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And he'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He gets this out to Spiller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
a 5-yard gain on the play. And the Chargers first down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some block.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 18. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. So now the Titans down on the scoreboard. A minute 47 on the clock. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. He's back to throw. Dobbins with it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Back to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This to possibly force OT. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So, for the Chargers, it's a fourth win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.